another thrilling episode of Amazing Amazon on Captain TV. Welcome to the show where you get inspired and motivated by exceptional women, by women of impact, by women who are really making waves in the society and being an example, especially to the younger generation. So welcome on board. My name is Tosin Adeyemi. The saying goes that the rich also cry. So in the same vein, when it comes to marriage, we have so many marriage counselors. We have so many people who are inspiring, who are role models, who are prominent women in the society, but they go through emotional abuse. They go through abusive marriage. How do they overcome this? The fear of what will people say? The fear of, oh no, I'm a mentor to someone looking up to me. How will I even handle my abusive marriage so that the younger people looking up to me will not get discouraged about this thing called marriage? So today we're discussing abusive marriage with my guest who is, will I say, a veteran in marriage when it comes to marriage. Has been married for over 15 years. Will share with us what we need to do even as mentors, as people who are prominent and passing through domestic violence, abusive marriage. How do you overcome it? How do you handle the situation? So join me as I meet my guests. Welcome to the discussion parts of the program. My guest for today is a musician, a gospel one at that. She is a recording artist, she is a songwriter, OAP, and many more. In person of Onabajo Olawale.
Yes,
so
Onabajo
nice
Olawale. Yes,
thank God I pronounced this well.
You are a Yoruba person now. You're a Yoruba lady.
You know, there are some Yoruba names that even you as a Yoruba person, you might not be able to pronounce it correctly. Because looking at this name, the first thing that will come to my mind is Onabajo.
But there's no N in between A and J. There's no N there. So it's practically Onabajo.
Onabajo. You are from which state?
Yes, I'm from Ogun State.
Ogun State.
Yes, my dad, my mom, they're from Ogun State. At the same time, my husband is from Ogun State.
Why did you now? Everybody Ogun State. You didn't even try to explore other states.
Yes. I used to say that too. A lot of people used to say that as well.
Okay, so tell us more about you. We know you to be a Nigerian gospel artist, OAP. Tell us more about
this is Onabajo Olawale, born January 30, some 40-something years ago. Then professionally known as Ola. I'm an award-winning Nigerian gospel artist. I'm a songwriter. An OAP across board. I'm a caterer. Yes, I major my catering aspects on baking and events, outdoor, indoor, and stuff. I'm a motivational speaker.
Okay. You're into a lot of things because I can imagine how you can combine being a musician to an OAP.
Yes, I'm not just a musician. I'm a gospel artist at the same time. I do a shout-out music for people. Okay. You want to do your birthday, I do the shout-out. You want to do your loved one's remembrance, we do it as well. We do surprises for people on their birthday and stuff like that. So the even music aspect is spreading. We do receptions, maybe burial receptions, birthday receptions. At this time, there are people who want to tell you, we want to dance to Alujo and stuff like that.
So you do all
You're
of that.
in the right place, yes.
Okay, so I want us to take it from the scratch. Tell us about your growing up. How can you describe? You know, so people say, yes, I was born with a silver spoon. So I would say wooden. So I would say silver. So I would say in between. So how would you describe your growing up?
Let me say in between silver
and gold.
No.
Okay.
In between wooden
and silver. Okay.
But my growing up was very, very fantastic. Like I would say, I grew up with my family of 5. My dad, position? My late dad, and evangelist, chief Olushola Adeyemi of blessed memory. And my mom, she's still very hale and healthy. Chief Mrs. Victoria Titilayo. We both lived in Ibadan then. I grew up in Ibadan. I attended my primary school, Ibadan Municipal Government. It's a government school. My secondary school, Ladies of Apostles. And I proceeded to Osho State College of Education, Elisha. Then while I left, I proceeded to Onabajo University to have my degree and some professional courses around OAP, around catering and stuff like that. Then while growing up in the family of 5, I happens to be the number 4.
Okay. Almost the last one.
But my own number 4, I was very, very industrious and very, very up and doing. Anything that can bring money for me, I want to start doing. I started making cakes, making donuts, making all those things while I was in GSS 1 to make sales and get some money for me, for myself. Not because my daddy cannot take care of me, but because I love doing this. My daddy then he was a principal in a government school, so he's up and doing. He has a commercial farming, a large farming, so he's very well to do. Not that he's not hungry and he's not like okay bellyful. But I love doing all those things because I believe we lived with my grandma, and she used to tell us a lot of things. As a woman, you need to be up and doing. You don't have to relent on your parents. You don't have to be looking to your husband to give you food all the time, and so you must get this straight to your head even while you're very young, because these things cannot come to you when you grow up. You have to grow up with it. So that's why I met myself in all those things, and I love doing them, and that was what makes it to be part of me today anyway.
But
so
being industrious, who did you pick that straight from? Is it from your mom or your dad?
Like I'm saying now, my grandma.
Okay.
My grandma and my dad.
Okay.
Yes.
Your grandma used to be a businesswoman?
Yes, a businesswoman. We met her selling all the things, this provision store.
And as Omo grandma now, you have access.
In fact, myself, I've been doing all these things too while at my very tender age. Say from 6, 7, you find yourself in, or maybe looking after the shop for her while she's away and stuff like that. And before you know it, before you're 10, before you're 12, she has started sending you to the market. Oh yeah, go and get this. We need this one is not in the store again. We have to replace it and stuff
so
like that.
So that really exposed you to the business world.
Yes, and my dad too. You know, like I said, he has a commercial farming. So anytime he's going to the farm, we have all these mangoes, all this agbalumo, all these oranges. The trees are inside his farm. It's just to go there, pluck. Then, while everybody is trying to eat and drink those days, me, what is inside my mind is I want to sell. I want to sell and make money. I'm telling you, I want to sell and make money. So while everybody is even drinking their own, I want to pack and take home, because our farm then is a little bit far from the house we live. You have to travel miles before you get there. So I want to, since then I've been selling. So that I'll have money. I don't have to ask for money. While I was in my first place of tertiary education, Osho State College of Education, I used to feed myself, do a lot of things for myself. The only thing I go out to take is my school fees. Outside that, I have money. I want to cater for myself. I don't from my teenage age, I've hated, like, I'm telling my mom, please give me money, and she's telling me she doesn't have. It irritates me. So I can work for these things and get it. So when we get to his school self, when you see all these girls misbehaving, running after men for money, it irritates you. Like, okay, what are you doing with your life? While we were preparing for exams, even people that knows me, that are hearing now, they can testify to it. I'll be, you know, those times, departments by departments, they'll be doing their day. Some of them would have finished their exams, while some of us are still writing papers. So those ones that have finished their exam, they want to do days, do events, do annual stuff. They are coming to me. I say, Olawale, come and bake cake for us. Come and do donut for us. Come and do this for us. And me, I still have exams. And I won't tell them no. Because that money too, I must make it. Some of my friends will ask me, when do you even read? Because when the result is coming out, my grade would not, cannot be less than C. A, B, and C. Yes. Some of them will ask me, when did you even read? When? Because these times we were reading, you are busy making cakes for this department, making donuts for that department. Then when do you read? I will say, oh, don't worry. God is in control. The most important thing is I didn't fail, Abi.
That's the most important thing. Okay, so now back then in school, while you were still in tertiary institution, or maybe even your secondary school, did you experience any form of maybe challenging period? It might not be finance now. Okay. Since you say you are always industrious.
Yes.
Challenging moments when you were in school.
Some of the challenging moments I have in school. There was time a lecturer, particularly one of my lecturer, wanted to date me. Okay. And this man was like, I must date you. And I realized that this man has been doing it with some of the students, and he has been getting away with it. But myself, I cannot do it. I was not brought up that way. I don't believe in dating lecturers to get marks and stuff. I kept on praying, and this man, when I go this way, will say, I'll meet you there. If you go that way, say, you know, it's my friend that is teaching you that one. But God helped me, because those days we were in College of Education, and I had to go through my Dean of Arts and Social Sciences then. I don't know if the man is still alive now. I need to explain everything to him, like, Baba, we used to call that Baba. Baba, this man is saying, I will not graduate, oh. And I wanted to graduate, oh. What will you do to help me? Baba said, okay. The only thing I will do to help you is, if you have been reading 5 hours before, you have to double it
to 8 hours.
I'm telling you. Because even though if it's failing you, and if we are calling for your papers, we will not call for a dullard paper. As in somebody that is a dullard. Then say, okay, where is this person's paper? Definitely we would always call for a brilliant person's paper. I said, God. And as God will have it, we wrote the exam, and Baba said, before they would say they didn't see my paper, he has to make it like a trick or something and tell the man that, okay, I want to mark, you now make like 10 of us.
Okay.
of a matric number. Now gave the man like 10 names. Just it would not look like, okay, why is it only this ladies? Okay, at random, let me mark this person, these people, book, script. So at that, we were able to, when Baba saw my book, Baba was very, like, okay, he was very, very impressed. Baba was impressed and he was like, okay. In that subject, I think I got around 60 something. And
so what was the reaction of the other person?
The Baba, the one he came and said, you were.
That you scaled through, Abi.
You
think you are wise.
I'm coming to meet you at the education. And he went.
Can you imagine?
Yes, he went. And as God will have it, the man he wants to use, maybe his friend, that he wants to use to just tackle me at the education. Those people that do, they are evil. I'm telling you. And this man, he has a lot of them, a lot of girls he was sleeping with. The man he wanted to use, that one now be this somebody that I've helped to. My mom works at the University of Ibadan then, before she retires. And this man, I saw him on a queue. The lecturer I went to meet at the education, that was what solved the whole something. I'm trying.
Someone that you have helped.
Yes, that was what solved the whole issue. I wanted to quickly tell you what solved the whole issue for me. So that one, you know, Baba has taken over in my scripts in the social studies department, social science department. So he now went to the education. He wants to go and meet me. So he has some friends there. Maybe they used to do it together. This is the person I've helped. I was going to my mom's office. Maybe we were on holiday and stuff like that back then. And I now saw my lecturer on a queue in front of my mom's office. Maybe he's doing some of his postgraduate, doctorate in University of Ibadan. This other lecturer I was talking about. Yes. So I saw the man and I was like, this is one of my lecturers. I now told my mom, what help can you do for this man? He's one of my lecturers. And mom said, okay, I'll go and bring in him. So I had to call him. He didn't know me because we had thousands of people in class. So he didn't know me, but me, I know him as my lecturer. I called him, so yeah, I introduced myself to him. I'm one of your students. So you're teaching us this, and that. And he was so excited. He said, this is my mom's office. I will help you out. And the man was like, God, that he didn't even believe that he would be able to solve all this registration and stuff that day. So ever since, I've been his favorite in class. When we get back to school, in fact, he was shouting my name at the middle of the class when we resumed, like, my mommy Badon, this is this lady, she helped me. So it was this man, my other lecturer, went to meet that
to tackle you.
To tackle me. Thank you. And this one said, you have to leave this girl for me. Please. She's my sister. She happens to be my sister. Just please and please. And anytime this my lecturer sees me before we left the school, say, you. Okay. That was the only tough time for me.
Wow.
And the other time I can say is this time that all this, I happens to be somebody that is very, very versatile. Anywhere I found myself, I'm a press member in school, and I wrote. I used to, in press club and our press editorial board in school. I used to write articles. I wrote a lot of articles. So those times that there are these cultists, blah 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 in school. Those days I now went to write "Don't be an intruder" article on my board. Don't be an intruder. In fact, when my friends they came, they said, "Oh, those guys are looking for you." I said, I'm not talking to anybody. Me, I'm just doing my own. I say, for where? That day, they had to carry me, like, face down, everything. Some of my carry me from school to the next 1 week, don't come to school before we will beg them.
But they didn't hurt you. They didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything. They didn't see me. They had to. My friends that like an informant.
Okay, so your friends that took you out and
yes.
told you not to come to school for 1 week.
Like my friends have informants from them.
Okay.
That's like okay, but they guard me out of the school, and so those are the trying times I have.
Luck was really on your side because if not, those guys would have done something.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Okay, so looking at your journey so far, from your childhood to your education, what would you say has been pushing you, has been like a force that has been driving you? Journey
so far, from education to
where you are now.
Where I am now? Or not a joke. What we will say has been the force that drives me. Number one, a lot of things. But first and foremost is the passion and the will to serve God. The passion for the things of God has been the major thing that's been pushing me. While I was very young, I've been in the kingdom work, God's work, from my tender age up till date. I would say as the first thing. Secondly, I have passion for anything that is legitimate that can fetch you money. So I have passion for hard working and get going. You can get it. You can do it. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I've been myself. I never wanted to do something that my hands cannot. Something that maybe you know that this thing you cannot do it in 10 years, and you say you want to do it tomorrow.
Yes.
So it's gradual steps, it's steps by steps.
So what you do now, would you say you are living like your childhood dream? You know, right now in schools now, especially primary schools, they do career days. Like some people feel like, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a nurse, I want to be this, I want to
and
be
one
that.
more thing that puts me now, my husband. Yes, he does that. He does a lot of that to bring out potentials in me. So I give it to him as well.
How long have you been married?
Come this December, it's going to be, I think, 16 years.
Wow, that's a lot. That means you are like veteran. So you should have lots of experiences, because in the second part of this conversation we are going to talk about women who are in abusive marriage.
Okay.
Now I'm not going to generalize the particular women I'm talking about. We are going to be focusing on women who are role models.
Okay.
Women who people look up to as, oh no, this person is my mentor. But that mentor you're looking up to as a woman is also going through abuse,
experiencing a lot of
emotional abuse, so many. So how can we help such people? How can we help them, and what actually causes it? So we'll go on a short break now. So when we return, we'll now talk more about it. You know, as a veteran in marriage, you need to teach us. All right, viewers, stay with us. We'll be back after this time now to talk more. All right, so welcome back to the second part of the discussion. I've been speaking with Mrs. Onabajo, and this second part we'll be talking about marriage. But before we go to that marriage, you know, you're a gospel artist, you are an OAP, you are a baker, you combine it, and there's this general saying that jack of all trades, master of none. How do you do all of these things and In your own case, how is it different?
You can say you made me laugh. Jack of all trade, master of none. In this present day situation of our economy, in fact, I'll say those people that said those words, they don't really understand what it means to have different trades, to have different works that fetch you good money. Go and check those people that are ruling Nigeria today, that are ruling us in Nigeria today. Check them if they are doing one business. No. Let's start from
it's not like you will not do other business. Like you will not be a professional, like master.
Okay, those people that I'm talking about, are they not professionals? They are the one that will do sugar. Their sugar not good. They are the one that will do salt. They are the one that will do this. They are the one that will do that. And we term them as the best. Okay. Why can't you tell them master of all these trades? Makes Jacks. No. See, I want to even implore us. The present day situation in our economy.
You must not have one.
You can see the way that I'm smiling.
You must not have one some.
If you tell me you are doing only one work, I'll tell you a lazy person. You say master jack of all trades, master of none, nothing. Or master of what did you say?
Master of none.
The reason is this: if you have a lot of trades, a lot of businesses, a lot of work you do that fetches you good money, you will be on top of your gains, because you know that, okay, as I'm doing this thing, I'm seeing money inside it. And let me shock you. Like, okay, I'll say I'm a musician, I'm a gospel artist. That means, okay, if I'm doing only music and nobody is calling me to come and sing, no pastor is calling me to come and sing in their church, nobody is calling me to come and sing for them at their wedding reception, because we have a lot of us that is doing the work. That choose I won't eat, Abby. But if you are doing your wedding reception, if you are not calling me to come and sing, you will call me now and say, come and help us cook rice for us. We used to see that your rice used to sweet. Okay, if you are not calling me to come and cook, okay, you have one auntie that can cook rice. You will call me to come and do cake now. Your cake, we used to love it. Okay, you are not calling me to come and do cake. You will call me, okay, come and help us do the decoration. Or if I'm not doing all these things, you might have involved me in the first place. Say, come and help us plan this event. Until I am not giving you money, I don't even ask you to give me money. I know where I'm going to see my money. Why I'm trying to plan your event. I'll call your vendors for you. I'll make sure you have a good event hall. I'll make sure you have a good caterer. You have a good musician. You have where you shop for this, where you shop for that. And your event will go successful. Sure you get.
So with all you've said, you're saying that jack of all trades, master of none. That saying is obsolete.
It's old school.
We should stop saying it.
It's old school.
You have to have, like, at least in this present situation,
I used to
economy,
tell them.
you need to have more than one source of income to survive.
To survive, you need to. That's just the simple truth, and that's just a simple fact. Even women, we need to really be out and doing. A lot of men are getting crazy, they are getting angrier. I would say that's one of the things that always bring domestic violence these days. Because men are angry. They can't be doing and be doing and be doing and be doing. Then you keep some, give me. One day he will ask you that, are you okay? Do you know how much I sweat to get this add end money? You don't understand. So
okay, now let's go deeper into the conversation.
Okay.
Women in abusive marriage. We've seen cases of women who are emotionally abused. Some might not even be like physical abuse, like maybe the husband raising their hands to beat the wife. Might be emotional abuse. And we've seen these women who people see them as role models. They see them as mentors. They see them as people whom their marriage is so perfect. But not knowing that they are actually hurting within in their marriage. That is why they do not want to speak up.
A lot of people does that.
So now, how would you say these people are, or are we going to categorize it to maybe they are afraid, or their culture or their religion forbids it?
What I would say is this. See, the institution called marriage is like the Yoruba people will say. They will say Oja Okunkun. It's a dark night market or something.
Yes, now you won't know what you have bought until you get home.
Even when you get there, it's still very dark. Because what your spouse can do in the next minute, you don't know it. So that is why Yoruba people will call marriage Oja Okunkun. Like how the question you said, that's what really keeps them inside. A lot of things keeps them inside. Like you said, a lot of people are looking forward to that person. Somebody like me, I have a lot of people that are looking forward to me, that if until last marriage can be working, I'll patch up my own to work. So then if I pull out, definitely a lot of people are pulling out.
Exactly. That's the point.
That one is there. Another thing is like this. Like me now, you asked me the other time that how old is my marriage? I said 16 years, a couple of like a month now. And something happened. To think of pulling out straight will be almost the last option. Ask me why. I've invested in that marriage. The days while we were young and there were nothing. The days while I carried all my belongings that I used in my final year to make up a home, myself and my husband. The day we are cooking on the boiling electric cooker and NEPA took light and we are not eating again that night. So for me to say, okay, let me pull out, you want to think twice. Now that, to God be the glory, you have estates, you have this, you have that, you have properties, you have companies and stuff. So pulling out will be difficult. The last. It's not even about I don't know what people will say. A lot of us we are getting it wrong. It's not really about what will people say. What will people say?
It's about your commitment.
Your commitment
to that marriage.
And like
what you have invested.
Yes, that I've invested so much. Like this, my darling sister that went to sleep with the Lord Osinachi. A lot of things might be going on her mind. Because as we add it, like she was the breadwinner of the family. Definitely, maybe she started this way that we said we started. And she was thinking about a lot of things. I've made this man to this point. Will I leave all these investments? Will I pull out now? I can still manage him. I can still use humility to make him come back to his senses and stuff like that. Maybe part of those things that is running in our mind. Although we really blamed her, because anytime your marriage has come to the point of having a domestic violence, having an abuse, like beating, threatening, life threatening and stuff like that, you have to run for your life first and leave investments.
That's last word you just said now. Leave investments. Okay, now you mentioned two things that I really picked. You said the reason why most of these women stay back in this marriage is because, number one, they feel like they have committed, they have invested in that marriage. And the second reason might be maybe because of what people will say. And even
some people looking forward to me,
looking up to you like as their mentor,
their role model. Yes.
Like they will be affected if you pull out.
Definitely.
should such a person now die in that marriage because of all of this reason? Because that's investment part that you mentioned now. There is one that happened of recent that the wife died. Yes, because she had invested so much in that marriage. So should we not say these women should stay in that marriage? Or what message is this kind of thing passing to other people? Are we saying women should not invest in their marriage and let the man do it?
Okay. Like the little of my own understanding as a counselor as well, marriage counselor, there's a program I do that we counsel people in marriage. It's hard. Like like the question you're asking, that is that person going to die inside the marriage and say, I don't want to live because of my investment and stuff like that. I was trying to say that once a marriage has started an abuse, you have to run for your life first. For your life first. Because we used to preach it that your life first doesn't have duplicates. Like our sister Osinachi now, she's dead because of abuse in her marriage, eating, beating and stuff like that. Bimbo, IVD's wife now, she's dead because of abusive marriage. They are gone. They are women of potentials that have potentials. They can even live on their own and control men. Sure, you get what I'm saying? So you don't, number one thing, you don't have to wait in an abusive marriage. Once poverty is life-threatening, once the marriage has a life-threatening issue, like your husband has started pointing gun at you, I started taking omorogun. One day, I started taking omodo. One day, and you would die like a chicken. Even when you get to heaven, God himself is going to chastise you like he doesn't know you. Yes, because it's a little common sense. Like I used to say, that a lot of women too, we have a whole lot of now our hand. Laziness. Because you won't tell me, okay, you stood there or you stayed there because of what people will say. So when you're killed, what will people say? They'll just tell you that those people that you're afraid of is those ones that are going to be splitting on your graveyard and say to hell with you. Why will you have to stay and let a man kills you? No, it doesn't work like that.
Sorry to cut you short. Now, I want to say this. What you're saying now is that for every woman going through abuse in their marriage, what they need to fight for first is their life.
It's their life.
I want to focus on women now.
Okay.
Because sometimes, you know, I'm a woman also. Sometimes we can play as an hypocrite. Like, you know, if you leave your marriage, you know, because of domestic violence, it is the same women, same people that will say, oh, she has left her marriage. She cannot survive in marriage. You know, we have some single parents now who left their marriage because of domestic violence. And people are tagging them like, oh no, they cannot survive marriage, they cannot endure marriage, they cannot stay in husband's house because of this and that. And if you step back, it's still the same people that will say, why did you leave?
Sweetheart, I will use one Yoruba adage to answer you. That koro aye, koro is better than kororo. Let me I will translate it. And also like you are living in a world or life that people are stigmatizing you. Like you cannot survive your marriage. You are not humble. You are not she this. You are not she that. They are stigmatizing you. They are doing a lot of things for you, but you are still alive. It's better than you living. It's better than you living in heaven. Better than you are dead and people are praising you. It's very, very better because you still have a whole lot of things to do with your life.
That's right.
So you don't, like I said, I've said it. You don't need to look at your life first. Hello? Your life first. Your head first. Before you can save any other person in a danger or anything, you have to first save your life. If you don't, that's a stupidity. Yes. So your life first in any situation you find yourself. What you can do is, like we used to tell people when we counsel them, you can walk away from the marriage.
Not necessarily
divorce. Okay. You can first walk away from that marriage.
But what would people say? That's always
you can walk away. When you walk away, a lot of people might not know. 1 month, 2 months. Let's see if the person that is at fault is calling him or herself to his or her senses. Because is, if you stay there and let somebody kills you, that person, you are yes, that is how it is. So a lot of times walking away used to bring about peace and harmony again in the marriage, because when the man now realized that so I can't actually live with this person, they call themselves back to their senses, even if it's the woman, because there are some marriages to it's the women that are abusive.
Yes.
Before their husband said Jack Robinson, they have shook a knife. I will stab you if you come near me.
Most times we always
they have shook a screwdriver.
Blame the men. Whenever there is an abusive marriage, we always feel like, it's always the women that are on the receiving side. Of which there's a women that also nagging. They nags, and when their husband says one, they give the husband two. And when the husband now raises his hand to it, they say, hey,
they went to go and carry knife. We've seen wives that have killed their husbands now. It's not only husbands killing wives. So when we're talking about abusive marriage, it deals with the men at the same time with the women. But it's only that the percentage of the men is bigger, is higher
than
the men. The percentage of the abusive, for the men to be abusive, is higher than that of the women. So that's just the difference that is there. If you have we have 40% or 50% or 70% to the man, so you have 20 to 30% from the woman.
You are a Christian. According to your faith,
yes, ma'am.
Is it right for a woman to leave or to just walk out of the marriage without, so a woman that is going through abusive situation in the marriage should walk out? Is it right according to Christianity?
That's what we've been saying. Christianity or no Christianity, now your life first. So that is what I would say kills a lot of women now. Like that was
because you feel like what will my
pastor
say?
Yes,
what will my imam
they say, what will my pastor say? What will my pastor say? Pastor said that the wife has divorced, have gone. I beg you. I know now. So what will you say? What will my pastor say? If the man kills you, will your pastor not come and say, let's give dust unto dust? Yes, now it's a very simple matter. Let your pastor say what he has to say. If your pastor wants to crucify you, a lot of church now. Yes, there's another church that is jubilating to receive you because they are looking for members. Yeah.
Okay, so for the sake of those watching us, especially the younger ones who are about to go into marriage and probably hearing all this divorce case, abusive marriage, domestic violence, and they feel like, oh no, this marriage thing is not for me. What message you have for them to convince them and make them understand that marriage is not
sugar pie?
Wow.
You're looking at me. Marriage is sweet, but the work is on you. The word marriage, it started from the time you guys are courting. It started from the time you are in the relationship with that guy. The marriage did not just come one day. So that time you have a lot of work to do. Like you have your boyfriend, you're dating, and before you say Jack Robinson, he has used slap to test your cheek. The next thing you say, Shebi, I'm sorry, Shebi, you got me annoyed. You have to run for your life. Don't say this guy has money and this guy is tall, this guy is handsome, this. See, that guy will find somebody of his match, that if you do like this, that one too can do like 3 back. I've seen like that. I've seen a man that used to beat his girlfriend, and when that one left him, the other one he married, that one will beat him mercilessly. The lady, yes, they said that's how you used to beat your former girlfriend. Me, I will teach you sense. So it's the man self that will end up begging, and they later got married. The marriage worked. So everybody to their own match outside. So the word marriage, it starts from while you're cutting. Let me cut the something short because our time is gone. But make sure you marry somebody that loves you so much, more than your own love. Because if you see a man that really loves you so much to raise up his hands and beat you or do something abusive for you, it will take a long time. Then don't let us say that because there are a lot of abusive marriage outside and stuff like that, we will not get married. There are married that are sweet. Like I said, you need to work. And there are some women too. Let me quickly chip in this. You are experiencing abusive marriage because of your own character. We cannot rule that one out. Because of your character, it's not all the men you can say Ben song and keep quiet and be looking at you. There are some men, when you disrespect them, they triggers their anger. Yes. But if you never disrespect such man, you will enjoy him. So why not look at your individual differences and work on it? Work on your husband's weaknesses, work on your wife's weaknesses, and see how you can make both ends meet to enjoy your life. When you say this man is not good, you want to go out and marry another man. Is a man now. The beast in men, they are the same thing. So you don't know. Even one idea to say the devil you know you're living with is very fair, better than the angel you are looking forward to go and meet. Because all those things, all the characters, those one will bring out, you might not be able to tolerate it and you will be regretting. So to come back will now be issue. So those ones are in your hands, manage them. Like one of my pastors will say, all women in the whole world, they are psychiatric nurse. We are psychiatric nurse. If you believe and have it at the back of your mind that your husband, the one you are married, is a psychiatric patient, your marriage will be sweet, because anything it does, you just if you meet a madman on the way now, if he split at you, will you split back? Never. You just be looking. If you say, hey, will you do hey back? Never. You just be looking at him. So when you believe that this person you are living with, you have to take good care of him, he is your patient, you have to take care of him, definitely the house will be sweet. You are the psychiatric nurse, your husband is a psychiatric patient. Quote and unquote. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I really learned a lot, and I believe that viewers also learned a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
I wish to have another, as in the second part of this conversation, because it's so boring. We need to keep talking about it till our women understand. Because even as we are shouting and still creating awareness, we need to speak up.
Yes,
speak up.
you say my husband is beating me.
Yes.
And you are the one that's causing the beating. So you can
always
walk on that.
The women that's always coming out to speak. That they are going through the massive.
Yes.
Men don't come out to speak.
They don't come out to speak. And if you allow them to talk, they will see a whole lot to say.
Yes,
they will see a whole lot to say.
Look for a way
to manage it.
To manage ourselves. Let me see, we are managers. Let's just manage.
Yes.
Just like you said that marriage is sweet. That word is coming from a guest who has been in marriage for a while now, telling us that marriage is sweet. Do not because of the news you're hearing about marriages, home breaks, domestic violence, now decided that maybe they want to get married.
It's not that, I'm sorry to cut in, sorry. Okay. And it's not that because like somebody like me is telling you marriage is sweet, is everything inside my marriage is going on smoothly, and everything is like sweet and sugar. No, we manage it.
Yes.
The two people that were not brought up the same way, were not trained the same way.
Culture,
they have different culture, they have different beliefs, they have different characters. Yes. Even the two children that came one day, the twin, Taiwo and Kendi, they have different characters. That is what marriage entails. It's you that will blend it. Two masters cannot be in a ship or in a motor or in a boat or anything.
Exactly.
So one person will be the master and the second person will be the helper. Yes. That's how it will work.
And we women, we are the helper.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much. That's why I said we cannot exhaust this conversation. We will just keep talking and keep talking because we need to keep talking about it. Yes. All right, this is where we wrap up the interview segment for today. We'll take the quote. Thereafter, we wrap up the show. Stay with us. We'll be back. Welcome back and hope you enjoyed the interview segment, especially the discussion part of the show. Yes, where I get to discuss with my guests about abusive marriage. I hope you've learned a lot from today's episode. Next weekend is another beautiful time to get inspired by another amazing Amazon. So thank you so much for being a part of today's episode. So till I come your way again next weekend, I remain Tosin Adeyemi. Have a nice evening.